Range Rover, in particular the Vogue, the L405, reliability. Words that don't often go together in the same sentence. And today we're going to talk a little bit about my experience in the last 1 year of ownership with this car. And yeah, it's been a mixed bag. Where do I start? I'll tell you what, let's do this chronologically. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to point at the dashboards, but there's nothing on the dashboard at the moment. So day one of ownership, I bought this car on, what was it, 31,000 miles I think when we got it. Day one, engine management light comes on. Good start to ownership. Now, luckily, it was an easy fix. It was a NOx sensor, NOx sensor on the exhaust, something to do with the particulates in the diesel filter, I believe, or the emissions. Easy fix, covered under warranty, so not too bad. Week 3, I'm rattling through this really quickly, which is quite worrying. This switch pack gave up. It stopped illuminating, and then the switches stopped working. So again, this was replaced under warranty. Week 6. This is doing well. The tyre pressure monitor on the spare wheel gave up and threw up a warning light on the tyre management system. Yes, that's the thing. This car does monitor the pressure on the spare tyre, the same as it would any of the other 4 wheels, which I thought a bit odd at first. But the more you think about it, actually that's a pretty good idea. What's the point of going and getting your spare tyre out in an emergency if it's flat and no good to you? So yeah, I guess that does make sense. But either way, that had a flat battery in the TPMS, which, okay, serviceable item I suppose, so we'll chalk that down to the cost of wear and tear, shall we? And then we had a couple of months of trouble-free motoring, something every Range Rover owner aspires to. And then we had a couple more things come out of the woodwork. Let me explain. This window here, this one, just dropped one day while I was at work. Didn't slowly come down, didn't go down and not come back up, it just dropped. And I got a notification with the alarm going off, rain was coming in, something had broken on the regulator and it had meant the window dropped. So, new window regulator in that door. Again, covered under warranty, so not too bad. Picking the car up from the dealership to have that repaired. This snapped, but I think I'm probably just being a bit picky there, but it does mean that this is no longer tethered and this is a 4-year-old car. So to me, that seems a little bit silly at 4 years, but hey, that's a £6 part. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. 3 weeks after the other window went, you're never going to believe this one just stopped going back up. And if you guessed it was the window regulator, you get a point. So we've had 2 window regulators on this car so far. Window regulator in, everything's going well. A couple of weeks later, this switch, I think I've upset the window god somewhere, this switch gave up and needed replacing, again under warranty. Pretty much every window, every regulator in this car, every switch we've replaced under warranty. There can't be a lot left to go wrong. Well, yeah, I guess not. We've done 15,000 miles in this car, including a 5,000 mile road trip around Norway, where mechanically it didn't even break stride. It was incredibly reliable, started every time, did everything you'd want it to do. And then driving back through passport control at the Channel Tunnel, you guessed it, this window no longer goes back up, and I haven't yet fixed that. I've not long been back from holiday, but long story short, this window goes down, but it doesn't come back up because Range Rover things. And we're now out of the warranty period and I've got to go and get that done myself. So I'm going to buy a window regulator and get that swapped out. So I'm really wondering what it is with Range Rovers and windows at this point. Now, I'm quite mechanically sympathetic with my cars, and I'd like to think I'm not sat there putting windows up and down in an unsympathetic fashion in any way, shape or form. It just feels like incredibly bad luck. I certainly don't know of anyone else with a Range Rover who's had these issues. People talk about snapped crankshafts, people talk about other issues with aircon valves inside. I've never heard anything about the windows, so hopefully just an unlucky spate that I'm now through. The law of probability states the more there is to go wrong, the more that is going to go wrong. The tyre pressure in the spare wheel is a perfect example. I don't know of many cars that monitor that. I think it's a brilliant idea, but it's just another thing that can go wrong. Is it an unreliable car? I'd probably say not. There's certainly more unreliable cars out there, and I probably just had a really bad string of luck in the first instances with those things. It's been a year, it's been 15,000 miles or slightly over, and that's the only bits that have gone wrong. Now, had some of that not been under warranty, yeah, that probably would have hurt a little bit, but I was lucky to have most of that covered. So if you're going to buy one of these, it's probably worth considering an extended warranty. Now, would I buy another one? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. I love it. It's a comfortable place to be. It's a really nice car to drive. A few things like that, if I could get them covered under extended warranty, would not put me off. Has it been flawless? No, far from. It was a lot more problematic than my F-Pace, and I did a video on the reliability and cost of ownership of that as well. And in the first year, this has surpassed 4 years of ownership in terms of cost and faults as the F-Pace. Hopefully that trend doesn't carry on, but if you've got the warranty and you've got the understanding that you're going into this eyes wide open, it's a heck of a car to own, and I love it. If you've heard the adage, life is too short to drive boring cars, this is probably the perfect embodiment. It's like an abusive relationship. You just keep coming back to it, even though you know it's probably not very good for you or your wallet. Now, if you're watching this video, the chances are you either own one of these or you're in the market to buy one of these. So stay tuned and watch my video on the common issues with these cars. Now, at the point of recording this, I haven't released it, but I'm going to link it in the top here when it's out. So check that out if you want to know the common issues with these cars. Hopefully that will go some way in helping you understand what they are before buying one. So that's another video done. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. I'm going to go and get out of this biblical wind. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Now that's cool. Seriously cool.